The end of naivety. For years, technology has been described as tools, developments and processes that help humanity solve its problems or satisfy its curiosity. If we remember the birth of the internet, it was something that would spread information rapidly and help people's scientific enlightenment. There were similar hopeful wishes for robotics, space exploration, or medicine. Let us dig a little deeper and examine how far these intentions have been deviated from. Technology for consumers. After a period when we used the internet only to learn things, a monetization model based on internet advertising emerged. This was mostly driven by Google and helped to establish the internet as a new media. It is safe to say that the potential of Web 2.0 triggered the development of connected and touchable mobile devices. The interrelationship between mobile devices and apps evolved and changed the use of the internet, and in perhaps less than 2 decades we have witnessed a shift from web pages to apps, where apps became new products like mobile devices, adding a new monetization model to internet advertising. Mobile devices are nothing without apps, which is why device manufacturers have built platforms that serve app stores. It is clear that apps make life easier and contribute to the digitalization of our daily activities, such as shopping or banking. However, many studies show that the most downloaded app categories are social media and gaming. Of course, we have to take into account that apps in these categories are more monopolized or globalized, while in other categories there is more diversity and local options. Apps make life easier, that is a clear impact of digital technology, but they also have a huge use just for enjoyment. Also, these applications are generating a lot of data, which is helping the AI revolution. AI is also very quickly turning into products, not to say the common product of humanity, and monetizing. We see a similar interrelationship between AI applications and AI hardware, but it is not easy to say which one is the main actor in monetization. Technology as a subject of political and military strategy. The importance of technology in international politics and military affairs is nothing new. The history of wars clearly shows the advantage of the development of technology from ancient to modern times. However, the philosophies of freedom of speech on the internet, open source software, and the need for transparent dissemination of information that were popular in the late 90s and early 2000s seem to have lost popularity. Today's political trends show that technology is gaining importance in warfare, as it was during the First and Second World Wars. It seems that technology is once again becoming an activity for each country to do individually, and that international relations on technology are becoming more about concrete commercial relations rather than a global consensus to advance humanity. AI and quantum computing monopoly. The internet was started as a military project, but was widely used and developed with more social progressive intentions. It was something like television or newspapers. It was possible to own them with an initial and limited investment. Monetization was mostly based on advertising or donations. As is well known, advertisements and donations are not compulsory payments. They enable a mechanism to work in which you do not have to intervene too much. Quantum computers, which will be much talked about in the next few decades, and artificial intelligence, which is very much on today's agenda, have a different perspective on the relationship with their consumers. They are primarily offered as services, but cannot be consumed in a one-off investment. This is entirely due to the differences in the development and commercialization phases. They require a lot of computing resources and expensive hardware, so they are not a traditional software application that can run individually and disconnected. In addition, the initial investment is much higher than for traditional connected web or mobile applications, and a lot of investment is required to build data centers with the necessary cooling and hardware equipment, or to acquire infrastructure from the cloud. The high-volume energy needs of these technologies bring a relatively old but unsettling solution to the table: nuclear power. This makes the necessary investments all the more extraordinary. It is not surprising that we see giant technology firms or global and local superpowers pioneering these technologies. Also, naturally, these technologies rely on high volumes of periodic monetary expenditures, so they are offered through tiered subscription models and also require periodic payments from consumers. The priority of those who deploy such high and expensive technology will, of course, be to make money or to incorporate it into the strategic technologies of states to gain advantage, rather than for higher and humanitarian purposes. Conclusion. It seems that it is time to be more skeptical about the oft-touted lofty goals of technology. We have many indications that information technology has deviated from its initial journey, which was intended to promote freedom of expression, to make life easier, to enhance people's enjoyment. Of course, it is not correct to generalize recent developments that have emerged under specific circumstances, and of course these developments will bring with them some side developments that will have the same lofty goals. Today, however, there is every indication that we can draw an analogy between technology and the knives that primitive people retreated to their caves to sharpen.